Welcome back to another video. Today we are in the Open Greatly, and let's see what we're working with. We're going to be running the Defense Deoxys paired with the Gligar and the Whiscash. So first matchup here, we got the Skarmory versus the Defense Deoxys. This is going to come down to who's going to go for the Brave Bird, who's going to shield, and they decide to go for the Brave Bird. We decide to tank it, and then we throw a Psycho Boost here against this Shadow Gligar, and then we switch out into our own Gligar. So mirror Shadow Gligars going in right now. We have the advantage because we have a shield. All we have to do here is go for aerial aces. Next aerial ace for sure, we're going to shield. Yep, makes sense. And then we're going to get to our own aerial ace here. And we're going to throw this aerial ace right before they get to their move. They have a decision to make. They're going to double shield or they're just going to let this go. They let it go. And they're most likely going to come back in with their Skarmory. And we're just going to do some chip damage with this aerial ace. So far they've revealed that they have Skarmory, Gligar, and probably the Whiscash in the back. But let's see what plays out. We're going to go into our Deoxys here and throw this Thunderbolt to either get a shield or get this Skarmory out of the way. They decide to shield it. Now we're going to make a decision. Are we going to shield here? We decide to shield. And they actually have the Annihilate. Annihilate ending up being the third Pokemon. So we're going to try our best to get to two moves here. One Scald goes through, doesn't get the debuff, unfortunately. One Shadow Ball goes through. It does a huge amount of damage, but it doesn't KO. We're going to go for this Mud Bomb right here. Mud Bomb takes out the Annihilate, and this Skarmory has so much health, we're not going to be able to take it out with the Whiscash or the Defense Deoxys. So ended up coming down to the shield calls. If I didn't shield that Skarmory Sky Attack, maybe we would have been able to win that situation. Here we go. We got the Defense Deoxys versus the Azumarill. They decided to switch out immediately into the Sableye. We're going to switch out into our Whiscash, able to tank a little bit better. We're going to show this first one here because we want to get this Scald off with some good health. When Scald goes off, we don't get the debuff. So losing these debuffs right now. Another Foul Play goes through. We're going to go for another Scald here. This Scald will not KO, so maybe they won't shield here. Makes sense. And luckily we are able to get to a Mud Bomb. This Mud Bomb will get a shield or get the KO. So they decided to double shield and flip the switch, which is fine. We're going to come back in with the Defense Deoxys. We're going to be able to tank this Foul Play. And we're going to look to counter down. Okay. So one shield heading into the end game. Let's see if we can win this. We got the Defense Deoxys with the shield. Okay, so they do catch a move with the Thunderbolt here. Nice catch by my opponent. But hopefully Shadow Gligar here can actually win the game for us. We're going to allow this Seed Bomb to go through, and we're going to look to try to farm down. At this point, we do get the farm down, which is fantastic. We're going to go for this Aerial Ace here to chip away at this Azumarill. And, we had the energy for Dig, but we ended up electing Aerial Ace. We should have gone for the Dig right there. Do we get to a Thunderbolt before they can take us out? One Ice Beam goes through. We do reach the Thunderbolt. Does this Thunderbolt KO this Azumarill? Let's find out. Boom. Yes, it does. So GG's to our opponent. Able to win that end game with one shield and Gligar with some energy and that Defense Deoxys. All right, next, let's see what we find. Defense Deoxys versus the Lickitung. Okay, so kind of a tanky lead to get through. We're just going to do the classic chip and dip. We got the Psycho Boost to go through, and then we're going to switch out into our Gligar here. Our opponent is going to be throwing a move. We're going to tank this first move, and looks like they're going to just try to whittle this Shadow Gligar down before they do anything. We do get a shield out of the situation, which is fantastic. Now this is going to make us shield our own, and then we're going to throw another Aerial Ace here before they get to their move. They go for the double shield, so we have an interesting situation right now. They definitely don't want to see Gligar, so that's a hint that they probably have some kind of fighter or some kind of electric or something. Let's find out. Okay, ends up being the Cresselia. Interesting. So we're going to go for this Thunderbolt here as our Psycho Boost would be resistant. And at this point, we're just trying to get this Cresselia in range of potentially a Scald or a Mud Bomb from our Whiscash. We're going to tank all of these moves. Another Thunderbolt goes through, gets it into the yellow. Our opponent here is going to throw probably a Grass Knot. It does take out the Defense Deoxys, which is fine. And now we just have to shield here, build up a little bit of energy, and hope that our move takes out this Cresselia. Okay, they actually end up trying to catch a move, but we were waiting for them anyways. We're going to go for this first Mud Bomb. We're going to go for another Mud Bomb because we know that this Mud Bomb will not KO. And our opponent is going to be able to get to a Focus Blast, or let's just say a move, because it could be a Zap Cannon with the debuff. So we do get the Focus Blast to go through. It doesn't take us out. We use a Mud Bomb to take out this Reggie, and we already have a Mud Bomb ready for this Cresselia. Is it enough to take it out? No, but the ensuing Mud Shot does take out our opponent. So GG's to our opponent, able to barely win out, because I think they were one fast move away from getting through their move. All right, let's see what happens next. We got the Talonflame versus the Defense Deoxys. Okay, kind of a tricky matchup here, but we're going to see if... Oh, okay, that is lag. We should not be CAP tying on a move. That was weird. So we're going to go for the Psycho Boost right here. Our opponent does shield anyways, so we do get the shield back. Here we're going to have to tank a bot. And then our opponent here does switch out into the Charger Bug. Charger Bug into the Whiscash tells us they do not want to see Mud Boy. So we do get the Skull to go through it. It does get the debuff. Our opponent does go for the X Scissor. And we're going to throw another Scald here. This Scald will get it into the red if they don't shield. And then we get the double debuff right here. Double debuff is not going to matter that much, as they were going to be able to take out our Whiscash anyways. But now we have to decide which one do we want to farm down with. We decided to go with the Defense Deoxys. Here we're going to try to throw on good timing. We're going to let this first one go through, and then okay, our opponent ends up switching out, so we're just going to throw this Thunderbolt, and then we're going to switch out into our Shadow Gligar. But before we do that, we do bank a Psycho Boost. Now our opponent does go for the Surf. That Surf does potentially KO. So here comes the decision. Will they shield this bait, or will they let it go? They do shield, and we are in okay, we're going to have to tank this Surf, and then we're going to have to try to race to this Dig right here. Dig does get through, thankfully, and this Dig will most likely take out this Lantern from that health. And we're going to try to reach a Thunderbolt here, but unfortunately, we do not have enough energy to get there. So GG's to our opponent, unable to win against that Talonflame lead. Let's see if we can end off on a good note. All right, Shadow Sableye. We're going to immediately switch out into our Whiscash. Whiscash is going to be able to tank these moves a little bit better. One Foul Play does get shielded, and we're going to apply the pressure, going for our own Mud Bomb here. One Mud Bomb takes this Shadow Sableye into the yellow, and then we're going to go for another Mud Bomb here. It does get a shield from our opponent. Interesting that they haven't switched out yet, so we're going to tank this move here, and we're going to see if they're going to go for the double shield. Well, another Mud Bomb will take out this Sableye unless they shield, but so far they have not shown that they want to see that Whiscash. So we're going to hope that the Shadow Gligar is going to be enough to win the game, because they seem to not want to see ground attacks. So our opponent here does reveal that they have the Gligar themselves. Ends up being a Shadow Gligar, so they were more afraid of the water. But as you can see here, they are actually pretty weak to Whiscash in the back with the Reggie lurking. And luckily, we are able to get to 2 digs here to take out this Reggie before they can get to a move. So we're going to have plenty of energy to throw back at this Shadow Gligar. One Shadow Arrow Ace comes through. We're going to get to ours right here. And let's see if this is enough to take it out at this range. Boom! Yes, it does. So GG's to our opponent. Check out this team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.